Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the All the Fall Things collection as well as the Halloween trio from KB Shimmer. These polishes all release on October 1st, so in the description box below I will link the KB Shimmer site, I will link their Instagram page, and I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video as soon as I catch up on posting swatches because I've been terrible lately. So I think there's a total of 12 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting off with the fall collection, we have Slay Closey, and this is described as a warm, rusty burnt orange hue, loaded with linear holographic pigment. So here's our first coat of Slay Cozy. This one does have a very smooth formula, very opaque here on this first coat. I am going to go in for 2. This is going to be more holographic when it's dry than when it's wet. It does dry decently glossy and removal's easy. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Quantum Leaf 2.0, and this one is described as a rustic yellow gold crelly base full of large, medium, and small glitters in orange, copper, gold, and red. Here's our first coat of Quantum Leaf 2.0. This one is pretty pigmented for a yellow. You do get a ton of glitter out, and they do spread out decently easily across the nail. You might have to manipulate them a little bit. This will dry dull and textured, so you'll want top coat, and removal is difficult. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Thyme On My Hands, and this one is described as an olive green cream. Here's Thyme On My Hands. This one is more of a crelly-like finish where it's more sheer than some creams can be, but it's still going to build up to opacity on 2 coats. This one's going to dry decently glossy all on its own, but a top coat will help keep it lasting. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have Washed Up, and this is described as a faded navy crelly with slight lavender hues. This one does have small copper glitters and navy and blue glitters as well. Here's Washed Up. This one is pretty sheer on this first coat. I expected this one to be a little bit more opaque because it's a darker color, but it does build up nicely in 3. You get a ton of glitter out. You don't have to swirl or fish to get them out, and since they're all small, they do spread out very easily and evenly across the nail. This one will dry textured, so you'll want top coat, and removal will be difficult. So there's 3 coats. Up next we have Foreseeable Fuchsia, and this is described as a rich purple-leaning fuchsia polish with a blue shimmer set off by gleaming red and pink flakes. Here's Foreseeable Fuchsia. This one is pretty opaque on this first coat. Not totally, so I am going to build it up with a second. Formula is wonderful. The shimmer that's in here is bright. The flakes are glowy. This will dry dull, so you'll want top coat, and removal on this one is easy. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have Eye on the Pies, and this is described as a deep purple jelly with flakes that shift between pink, fuchsia, and orange. Here's Eyes on the Pies. This one is pretty sheer on this first coat. I am going to build this one up in 3 today. You could theoretically also layer this one over a coordinating color like a dark purple and get a similar but not same effect. You will want top coat. It does dry dull and slightly textured, and removal is going to take a little scrubbing, so there is 3 coats. Up next we have Glazed and Confused, and this is described as a pale gray leaning crelly base, swimming with color shifting flakes in hues of green, gold, orange, red, and blue. There's also a hint of hollow in this polish. Here's Glazed and Confused. This one covers pretty well in this first coat considering what it is. You get a ton of these flakes out, and they are easy to spread out across the nail. You will want top coat because it dries pretty textured, and removal's easy. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Bittersweet Symphony, and this is described as a subtle taupe base that sets off a warm ember-like shimmer with glitters in hues of crimson and orange. Here is Bittersweet Symphony. This one's pretty sheer on this first coat. It is going to build up well in 3 though. Formula is wonderful, no running, pooling, or staining. A ton of glitter comes out with this one with every pass. And these glitters, again, are all small, so they do spread out easily across the nail. You will want top coat because it dries dull and textured, and this one is also going to be difficult to remove. So there is 3 coats. And lastly from this collection we have Fully Booked, and this is described as a rich olive green linear hollow. Here is Fully Booked. This one is very pigmented. I'm going to do 2 coats of this today. You'll want top coat to help keep your manicure lasting and to help bring out that hollow. The hollow in this also dries more hollow than when it's wet, and removal on this one's easy. So there is 2 coats. And then moving on to the Halloween trio, we have Hey There Pumpkin, and this is described as a neon orange polish loaded with flakes that show off shades of gold and green. Here is Hey There Pumpkin, and this one is very pigmented for what it is. I was super blown away by this one. Formula is wonderful, not too thick or too thin. You'll want top coat because it dries dull and slightly textured, and removal on this one is very easy. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Coulda Had a Bad Witch, and this is described as a grape purple loaded with color shifting flakies in hues of green and aqua to fiery red, gold, and orange. There's also a hint of hollow in here. Here is Coulda Had a Bad Witch. This one is nicely pigmented here on this first coat. Not completely opaque, so I'm going to go in for 2. An abundance of flakies come out with this one. It does dry dull and textured. You will want top coat, and removal's easy. So there's 2 coats. And lastly for today we have Bugs and Kisses, and this is described as a deep black base set off with color shifting flakies in burnt orange, gold, green, and red. And there's also a scattering of micro hollow flakes. And here is Bugs and Kisses. This one is a little bit more sheer than the other 2 that we've looked at in this similar formula, but it does build up to opacity in 2 coats still. Again, a great amount of flakies come out with this. This one also does dry dull and textured, so you'll want top coat, but removal on this one is easy as well. So there's 2 coats. I had 2 standouts, one from each collection. From the Halloween trio, Hey There Pumpkin is beautiful. This is a neon orange, and it's got these gold flakes in it, and it's got a stunning formula, and I can see myself wearing this like literally all October long. This is a beautiful, beautiful polish, and neons are not just for summer, so really like that. And then from the fall collection, Bittersweet Symphony totally called to me. I think this is a gorgeous, like, work appropriate base, but then you throw in these red and pink glitters and then the Aurora Shimmer, and it's just an original polish that I've never seen before, and I always appreciate something like that. So Bittersweet Symphony and Hey There Pumpkin were my favorites from this collection. So, and guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.